Shame we have to walk back in the same direction we came.
Yeah. We were here, and then I think we went there.
I can't see. Oh. I see now.
And we went
What?
there to here, and then we ended in hell.
And now you're all the way where the flag is on this map.
Yep.
So basically what you're telling me is, like Minecraft, hell is fast travel. Nobody gets that? Okay, fine. That's fine.
I do. I'm just trying to eat my banana split.
Okay, cool. That's fine. That's fine.
Hello.
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 Ooh, what's this stream called, I wonder?
What was the
That's
mile
fine.
from one end to the other?
Hello.
1026.
Hello.
What was the
Hello.
key number? Last number.
1,176.
76. What was the
That's
mile
fine.
from one end to the other? Yeah. From our original starting point all the way down to Torrid, and then all the way where we're at. Technically, we traveled 148,176 miles. Yeah.
I know. If I knew all I had to do was take a trot through hell, then shit, I would have been in Thornton a year and a half ago. But no. Sometimes we have to learn the hard way. The hard way.
Indeed.
This is everybody, right? Yes.
Not emotionally, but we'll continue.
So, who wants to recap what happened last session?
So, what ended up happening was we ended up investigating a burnt-out mess of a town, meeting back up with Lex. Although this meeting itself was rather brief, as soon as Arvio hears that his family isn't here, he is very insistent that they make tracks after them to a fortified location. Leaving Zilmorn behind, Lex rejoins. The feelings about that have yet to be explored, but I hope to this session. To which they meticulously plotted a way to attack this fortified position. After doing a little bit of scouting and resting up and regaining spell slots, the crew mounted an offensive onto the mini fort, let's call it. Unfortunately, while the initial offense was going smoothly, they did not take too kindly to the attempted savior of the prisoners, which, to absolutely everybody's, shall we call it despair?
Horror?
That's a good word too. A better word, I would say. To everybody's horror, they brutally massacred all but 3. And there was also some shenanigans with Philip and some burrowing monster, but we...
Ain't nobody got time for that.
But we ended up rescuing Arvio's child and mother and baby mama.
Indeed, after a little bit of investigation, the group split. Um, Grim and Lex taking the remaining 3 people back to safety, while Arvio, Philip, and Ava chase after, let's call them traffickers, because it makes their deaths that were very quick sound, morally justified. As we left off with Arvio finally seeing his love and his son for the first time after 1.5 years. Was that good?
Yeah. Anybody else have anything they want to add or a different viewpoint they want to tell?
Lex had a conversation with Zilmorn for a little bit, but that's really of not note.
You sure about that?
Well, I think everybody knows to a point. Zilmar needs to get back to a tower, and then you guys promised to get him up there. I know I'm definitely scorched, and I never had hair in the first place.
It's fine. The mohawk was tacky anyway. I just didn't want to tell you.
But yeah, evidently Lex found out that there are airships. Whether or not he can get one is unknown to him. But yeah, that was the somewhat brief conversation Lex had.
Well, great. You talked long enough for me to finish my banana split. So,
I was trying to drag it out for you, man.
going ahead with a very sideways and crooked map. Why don't you guys, Grim and Lex, so you are hanging out at the village. At this point, you traveled back and stayed all night. They have not come back. You guys know that they're a good ways away. What do you think you're doing at this point?
Well, what Grim would be doing is seeing if he can be helpful in any way. I know I don't have any magical healing powers, but
yeah, I think Lex is probably gonna do the same. Just kind of tend to the people that are here. I'll give out whatever rations I have to kind of spread it out, because I don't know how long they're gonna be gone. But I think at some point Lex will go up to Mushin and have a little chat with him about something.
Okay. You can tell that they're not very secretive about it. The town people kind of been talking while you guys are away from them. So you walk up to Mushin and he's kind of just sitting there at one point eating and drinking, and he looks up at you and anything I can help you with, Lex?
So I found out that there's airships in this. I mean, we already knew from our travels with, those pirates. But
Yes.
what do you think about helping out Zilmorn here to get to where he needs? He seems to know a little bit more knowledge about it. And on that note, what do you think of him?
I have not known him long.
True, but you did spend at least a day with him.
Indeed. Spent a day with your other friend too. He did not seem crazy at first, and then kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, true. That was a little odd. Well, what do you think we should do then? I mean, we know that the rod's clearly pointing a little bit north from here. But, I mean, like you said before, that your order is vast. And I really don't know how far we're going to end up traveling. potentially seeing if we can get something of travel might be
No.
worth.
It seems like he was willing to try and help us. If it aids us in our travel and something you want to do, I follow you. Whatever you say and do.
All right. Well, we're gonna stick with them for a bit and see what kind of happens from there. But I mean, from my world and from this, I from what Arvio told me, that my kind is very rare in this world, so maybe that would be a bargaining chip for some information. Don't know yet. I'm just kind of running it by you, what you really think about this situation.
He just nods his head, and it sounds good to me, as long as they do not try to interfere. But that would be up to you to protect the rod. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, fade away from you and Grim. We will head back to Arvio, who is standing there staring at a red tiefling, looking out of the back of a caged wagon.
I'll go unlock
Can
the
you
cage.
help us?
I'll go
Yeah.
unlock the cage.
Yeah, one moment. Oh, like Arvio puts his hand out to, like, at the cage and realizes like your auntie and Kevin just like, you. I'm not gonna steal your glove. I told you I was on my way.
It is very good to see you. And you go over there. Not gonna have you make a roll for it because it's not a pressing issue. It takes you a little bit. It does seem like a complicated lock, but you manage to figure it out, and you just get things just right, and you hear a click, and all of a sudden the door kind of swings open a bit.
Oh. Just a
And-
release of anxiety.
And they start pouring out. Notice there's a lot of people who look hardened. Definitely not the average Joe off the street, and they're kind of stretching. And a couple of them go over and they take weapons from the people you killed, and they sheath them on themselves. And as you're kind of watching them pour out, Arvio, through it comes Umima and your son, Dymic,
Dymic, yeah.
and she kind of walks over, and she has her hand down, pulling a little kid who's older than you last remember. And she just walks up and lets go of his hand and throws her arms around you. She's like,
I'm gonna hug her. I'm gonna give her.
she's like, I'm so glad to see you.
It's been so long. It's been too long.
Yes. Here, you came at the right time. It seems they were going to. They talked about taking us back to Torrid to be tried for our crimes.
Yes, I heard. Is this the band that you were running with?
Yes, these are. You probably know them as the Sandwalkers. They don't like that term, though. The tribe of Uthori.
The tribe of Uthori. What, Uthori it was?
Yes, Uthori.
They've been looking after you. And Dymic, I imagine.
Yes, they helped me get out of Torrid. Well, we were kind of falling on hard times, and I tried stealing some bread. One of the guards was trying to catch me, and I ended up using my abilities to kill him. And next thing I know, I had posters up all over the place.
Say no more. Say no more. Well, then I guess I have much to thank them for. Out of character, so Tick, can I get the spelling of this tribe's name in chat so that I remember them? Because I've already forgotten how to pronounce their name.
And Ava
Thank
will
you.
reach her hand out to shake hers and say, "Hi, I'm Ava Tresk. Good to meet you."
Jess, I'm so sorry. I've gotten a little cut up. This is Ava. She's been helping me. And that over there is Philip. Philip Greenwood. He's been pretty much by my side this entire time. And to you two, this is Umima and my son, Dymic.
It's a pleasure to meet you. And she shakes your hand, and she looks at you, Philip.
Yeah, I'll just wave to them both from my elk.
Awkward way to go back. I'm like, hello.
At one point, this guy walks over and seems a little bit larger than the rest of them, and he has on some pretty tattered clothing, and you can see on his arms and parts of his bodies that are showing he's just a very scarred individual.
Howdy.
Sorry, hold on. Looking through notes real quick.
A scarred individual, you say?
Yes, he walks up and he says, "Thank you for saving us. The name is Raw,"
Nice
and
to
he
meet
just gives a bow to you guys.
you. I will.
I would
bow
like to
back.
insight that.
Go ahead.
Something seems fishy about this this gentleman.
You kind of looking at him as he comes up and introduces himself and he greets you. He seems like nothing shifty about him. You get the feeling that he is indeed nice, glad to meet you, and his name is Raw.
Hmm.
A pleasure.
How-
You saying something?
How did you come upon all those scars?
We are part of the tribe of Uthori, fighting your Sildsmen. Kind of like what you just did. We thank you for saving us. We all know the risks when we take blade against your Sild, but it is nice that we have a second shot at things.
Indeed.
I do not mean to impose, but are we going to be heading anywhere particular? Do you need the wagon?
Well, I was planning on going back and I kind of like point back in the direction of the burning town, in that direction.
Are you heading back to Morbin?
Yes.
That was our intentions too. We have a few caches there that we wish to gather and move out before any more men show up.
Fantastic.
That would
Happy
be
to be
good.
of help. As it would seem that I am much in your debt, as you have been watching over, well, some very important people to me.
As you say that, she says, "Yes, this is Raul. This is who I've been telling you about, Arvio." And he kind of gives you a look, a recognition to the name, and he kind of looks you up and down, and she turns back to you and says, "Yes, this is I guess he's the leader of this group. He's the one who helped me out of Torrid."
Oh, he's such a great man. He's led us to great victories.
Are you talking about me or Rock? Because
I'm talking about Arvio.
okay, cool. Making sure it was very it was sounded a little sarcastic, and I thought you would still doing sense of the other guy. I was
I'm
a
not-
little confused.
I'm not getting involved into that.
All right. So, if you have any insight into how she's saying this, she's appearing to try to talk up Arvio in front of his in front of Yumama.
Yeah. Hype up the wizard because this guy's like, I imagined you taller.
You say that, and you're like sitting there trying to talk him up, and you notice, Arvio, that Yumima like gets closer and kind of wraps her hands and an arm around your arm and pulls you closer to her.
I'm kind of, yeah? Like, is this to say something, or is this more of like, okay, this might get bad?
No, you just interesting friend you have there, and she looks over Ava.
Oh, you haven't even met the robot. or the one who I'm not even going to bother explaining what he does. I don't even get it. Anyway.
And then she kind of like steps back, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I don't know. I've forgotten myself. Dymek, this is Arvio, your father." And she kind of holds up this small little tiefling boy.
Like, take child.
And he's just looking at you, and he kind of turns back to her, and he's very silent. And she says, he hasn't said a lot since we've had to leave Torrid, but
Oh.
I have
Anxiety returns.
I have told him about you, and he's just kind of looking you over curiously.
I'm going to incite my child. I've never said that sentence in D&D before. It's very strange.
I mean, go ahead.
I don't know why that's funny. I can't read him. It's been a year and a half.
Yeah, he's 2 years old now.
I just kind of like, my son.
I would
Last time he was talking to Dymek was when he was in Shit!
I would laugh so hard if you would have rolled 1 and it was like, I doubt this is my child.
This isn't my child! I filed on him immediately!
This is an imposter. I saw him bend.
I stood his No, that's terrible. I'm not even gonna joke about that.
Well, she puts him down, and he clings to her leg, and he still looks at you a little bit. But he's kind of like half behind her leg as well as he's doing so. And then Rawl says, "Well, if you wish, we could get started heading back now. I guess
Sooner
we
the
could
better.
take the wagon to travel. As long as we do not lock the door on ourselves, it should be okay."
Oh, don't worry. We have an expert lockpick if that is the case. And if, well, something happens there, we have plenty of plan Bs. In any case, yes, let's...
And then I'll look around. I'll look around like trying to figure out who he's talking to about the lockpicking.
I was looking right at you. And it's like, and you just like look around. It's like, is he killer? It could be. That axe could be called lockpick. That sword could be called lockpick, I should say.
And so they pile up in the wagon. A couple of them sit up on the front on the little coach part. They seem to know what they're doing. They get the camels turned around, and you guys start heading back. It is going to take you a while. The three of you are dead tired. Are you going to try to sleep at all as you head back, or?
Yeah. Arvio is going to like get on the cart with Umaima and his son, and he's going to be like, "Yeah, I'm totally going to like talk to them and like my son, and we're gonna get to know each other on the way back." But like as soon as the cart starts rolling, he's asleep because he's been up for like more than like the last 36 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna sleep.
Hmm.
All right.
The question is, can I rest on my elk?
You having to steer it and get it to go? No, you'd have to get off and get in the cart.
Or
Mm.
you could.
I mean, I technically can communicate with him mentally and tell him to follow the cart while I just snooze on his back, I guess.
Or you could get like a rope and lead him along. Like that's what he's.
If you want, well, you could tell him to follow the cart, and
Mm.
you sleep in the cart. If you wanted to try to sleep on him, you can give me a dex, see if you can stay on him. Kind of hard to.
Yeah, I'm more worried about the fact that I'm not sure how much space is in the cart.
Oh, there's easily enough room that you could climb in there if you wanted to.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You
I'll
can go through the night if you want as well. You'll just have to make a Constitution saving throw. See if you get a point of exhaustion.
I feel like I should stay on the watch, even though I'm tired. So I'll go ahead with that.
All right, so go ahead. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw. That's 13.
All right, you pass.
Mm.
So you guys climb in the back. You fall asleep. You, Philip, are going. It is much slower. You guys kind of. You weren't full on galloping, but you were definitely, in a canter heading this way. So you travel a lot of ground real quick. Where this wagon is not covering that ground that quick, and still it took you guys all night to get here. So. Good ways away. Morning, the sun comes up. It is day, and you all travel about 8 hours into that. RVO and Ava, you would wake up. Philip, you notice that they're very intent. The people you rescued, the rebels, are very intent watching their surroundings and stuff. But if you want to help them, you can.
I
Also do a
will.
perception check. As you watch them, you seem really focused on them actually, and they just have this this air about them of like they know what they're doing. They've done this before, and they just seem very on top of things, and you're just kind of taken in by that as you travel. Every once in a while, you look around in the distance, but your gaze always comes back to them. Eventually, Ava and RVO, as I said, you have awakened. Some of the men are asleep, some are awake, sitting around talking in a language that none of you, well, really, you might understand it. You know it's the native tongue of Torrid. I don't know if you ever took the time to learn it, though.
I did grow up there.
So did I.
So probably know this, actually.
So yeah, you hear them. They're just talking about plans and stuff of what they want to do. But now that you're awake, anything in particular you want to do, you have a feeling that it's basically going to take you 2 days at this slow pace to get back to the town.
Is it this? This is me coming right back to being actually awkward in social situations. You all go first.
Okay, so Ava.
I'll just, be trying to chat up these people, see how they survived so long fighting against what's his face, and see if they might know anything about some artifacts I might be able to rescue from him.
So they seem very, very braggart, very happy to tell you about their accomplishments. So they kind of have cells within inside the town that try to disrupt stuff. Nobody's ever like one-on-one with your Sild, but they try to like cause distractions, kill guards, and stuff like that. And then they tell you that they're kind of trying to help the border towns as well and stuff by going around and destroying their camps and things. So that way they don't have base of operations. Because usually they kind of set up an area and they go around and they hunt down criminals and they're trying to stop that.
It's very noble to try to stop it, since they their definition of criminals is rather vague and broad.
That seems to be the gist of your conversations. They seem to operate like guerrilla warfare. They try to blend in among the people and then attack, stuff like that. I guess that would bring us to you. Well, I guess Philip, at this point, anything you'd like to do?
Nah, I can just imagine myself just kind of acting more like a god on like a side of the car, just riding along. Honestly.
That will bring us to RVO.
Who's looking over at Philip being very proud of himself.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, you're sitting on the floor of this cage, which is very nasty. It got straw strewn across it. It smells foul of bodily fluids and is very stained with stuff. But sitting next to you is Umaima and as well as Dymic. Well, he's on the other side of her away from you, but he's cuddled up against her. He's currently sleeping. Umaima's just sitting around staring at the distance when you awaken.
Oh, shoot. Like he caught himself before he cursed.
She
realized.
looks over at you. Finally awake? I see you were captured with us trying to cross the border.
Oh no, not again! Oh, and then like quiets himself and makes sure Dymic is still sleeping. It's like, oh,
I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. Welcome to the world of, I guess, the awake people.
yes, the world of the living. So,
Are we in Skyrim already?
you're finally awake. Shit. You're messing me up. I'm trying to do it. Damn it. Okay.
I'm sorry, I saw the opportunity. I had to take it.
I know, you shitter. I love it. Anyway. Oh, I just realized the entire line. Anyway. So, I have so much that I want to ask, but I have no idea where to start.
Well, you could always just pick the first thing that came to mind.
I want. How much did I miss with Dimec? Obviously, I've missed quite a bit.
I mean, you missed his first steps, his first words. First word was actually not mama, it was dada.
Oh. Now I feel extra guilty.
Learned to sit up, learned to eat on his own. He's missed a whole year and a half. That's a lot of development for a small child.
No. I will admit I'm a little worried that he probably doesn't recognize me as his father. Not yet, anyway. And gosh. You know, it's funny. You have a month and a half to think of all the things you want to say, and then it comes to the moment, and you have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
What took you so long to speak to me?
Mostly, and don't tell anybody else this, my inability to cast the spell.
But so you couldn't even write?
I did. I wrote. I tried to. I did write. I just don't. I wrote from different continents. I don't know if they got here or if they. I tried to. Admittedly, I don't think I could have given a return address.
I got a couple of letters not too long after you left, but eventually they stopped. I was half thinking that perhaps you found someone else and decided not to worry about me anymore.
Oh. I understand where that could have come from, considering, but after Dimec, I've really been trying to make a change. I really have. I've tried to become less of a terrible, manipulative, ruthless person, which was why we had problems in the first place. And, well, I think it's working out if the people who stand by my side are anything to go by, but time will tell. But no, hasn't been anybody else.
As you say that, she kind of leans over and she looks at Ava, who's currently talking to other people about your Sild. You can pick up now and then on things that they're talking about, but obviously more focused on this conversation. And she says, "Who's she, and what does she mean to you? She seems to think highly of you."
She does. We ended up meeting on the way here in the desert. She had been captured by a couple of pirates, along with Zolmorn, which was the gnome that we also ended up picking up at the time. What ultimately ended up happening was Arvio has to be out of character. Arvio is in danger.
She cuts you off and she says, "What does she mean to you?"
She's just a friend.
I need you to give me a persuasion roll.
Fuck! Fuck! Is it a new day yet?
Yes. You slept and woke up.
One moment! I need a good one! Okay. Okay, what's my persuasion? Am I actually good at that? I'm not. I'm not proficient in persuasion. I'm going to go with an 11 plus 4.
Do you
which
need
is a
help from the elk?
15. Can you give me help?
I don't know, can I?
No, you're too far away.
Okay.
You don't even know the conversation they're having.
Total is
She-
15. Total
She
is
sits
15.
there and stares at her for a second, and then looks at you and says nothing. And then she says, "So have you found somewhere for us? You said you would come back when you found the place."
Technically, yes.
And that's where we are going.
Not right now. I need to fill you in on a lot. So I ended up looking around for a very long time, and I ended up in Thornton, where I met up with a couple of fellas. The ones that are still with us are Philip over there, Grim, and that's it. He just actually took stock. And Lex, which you'll meet soon. We did a couple of, things. I was trying to, get to know the people of the town, try to maybe figure out how to set up some routes, and I shit you not, I'm just making sure Dymek is still asleep. I may or may not have been dragged into hell.
She just stares at you and kind of rolls her eyes and says, I don't know if I would expect anything less.
Would it be even funnier if I told you a cleric did it?
Well, that is a good story to tell. You always
Yeah.
were good at telling stories.
I feel like I'm still in trouble. And then when we finally did what we had to do to get out, we ended up here in Thorn.
What did you have to do to get out?
I had to make a deal. One that I honestly don't really end up on following through. So ultimately what it comes down to is I have a year to either do this deal, or at the end of this year, I need to find a way to kill that devil. The alternative to seeing this through is I have to kill a person that I really don't want to.
She is sitting there in silence, and it's a good while before she says anything, but you can tell her eyes are just digging really hard, searching yours. Do you
I'm
say
telling
anything?
only the truth. I
They
know-
seem less like they're trying to find guilt in you, and more like she's just digging. You're not really sure, but it's not that she thinks you're a liar. Like, you don't perceive that from her. Yeah, kind of concerning, kind of like worry, like she's trying to look in your soul, see what's happened, type of thing. And as the silence kind of passes on a little bit, she finally says, "Do you figure out what you wish to ask me yet, then, or tell me?"
A little. Should we actually leave?
There's no reason to stay. I'm, for all purposes, a wanted criminal now for stealing food and killing a guard.
True.
And I don't think I need to remind you what they do to those people.
No, you don't. And I understand. But I've been talking to a couple of the people of the Sands. And you're going to think I'm nuts. What if we could help this little rebellion and potentially make a better world for our son to grow up in? to know where he came from, even if it's not terribly great, as opposed to moving away. What do you think about that?
She looks at you and kind of looks up at your horns, and
I'm about to be racially profiled by the woman I love. What?
she looks down at herself and she says, I think our son will have a lot of being told where he came from and not seeing it. I don't want to stay here. You had promised me that we would find somewhere else.
I know, I promised you that. I just wanted to put the idea out there. Because I think what part of it comes down to is I want to be a man that he will look up to. And part of it's up from maybe throwing a stick into your soul's gears is, to me, a good way of doing that. And giving our son a good place. It just shakes his head. I understand. No. I understand.
It sounds to me like you already have something big that you need to deal with, and I don't know how easy it will be to. I mean, you're sealed over through an entire nation and squashed armies. The reason these people fight the way they do is because facing him head on has only led to the ruin of people.
That's true. I do have a couple of ideas in the work that I may or may not run past Rob. Maybe some better ways of fighting. You know my mind, it goes a mile a minute. I do want to help these people, though. Just a little bit. If any at all, but if just say the word, we won't be putting down roots.
She just goes silent, and then she says, oh, it's, like I said, I've been waiting for you to return to take us to our new home. Looking forward to it, you could say, but I know you've always been someone who kind of follows what they want to do. So
I'm gonna take 1d4 psychic damage from that.
well, with that, Grim and Lex, what have you guys been doing back in Morbin?
Goldfish.
Playing Goldfish?
I'm just
What?
Mainly just waiting for them to get back
pretty much. That's kind of
and
what's
helping
going
whatever
on.
when you need help with anything else, which
Yeah,
probably
I
isn't
mean,
much.
I'll probably go ask Grim or go up to Grim and have a conversation with him too.
All right, real quick, give me perception checks.
Check. Sorry.
Let me just check something else. Okay, completely oblivious. All right. Lex, you again can kind of pick up that the town folk kind of, when you're away from them, talk among themselves, and then when you come back, they seem to kind of stop talking, and they talk about other things. Grim, you picked up that these people have you pick up the same thing, that they're talking among themselves, and when you get closer they stop talking, but you've also picked up that they seem to look at you as you are away from them and they're talking to each other with like contempt in their eyes, and then when you come back and talk to them, they are very hard in their replies, and they're basically like, just help us get better. But you two managed to pull yourselves away.
So I noticed some disdain towards us.
Yes. Yep. So So what does Lex and Grim talk about?
Hey, Grim. What have you guys been up to? Traveling the desert? Just wondering.
Some fun stuff. As you can tell. Apparently, trying to find you in the most dangerous manners ever.
Yeah, like I said before, I'm sorry about the way that I left. That was not my intention of you guys having me follow me into this.
It's all water under the bridge now.
Yeah.
We've met new people that you kind of, got to see. Zilmorn there and
But no,
Ava.
an interesting guy. Ava got not too much about it from what I was told, but I mean, if you think that they're good people, then I'll trust your judgment on that.
The gnome. I don't really know about Ava.
Okay.
Or I don't really know about Zilmorn either, but he's been more friendlier.
Okay. Yeah, gnomes in my world tend to be a little secretive in some of their delvings, but
He took
they're
interest
good
in
people.
you, though.
Yeah, I realize that, but like from what Arvia was telling me and from what I've kind of caught on being in this world, that it's my kind's not really present. It's mainly like a rare type thing is what I'm kind of getting this feeling. But some of the questions that he was trying to ask me, I was so focused on helping this village that I couldn't quite understand what he was saying. But
Well, speaking of them, have you noticed the kind of disdain towards us? Or at least me. It's like they don't want us here.
I noticed that they would talk, but I never really caught on what they were truly saying. But
I totally don't feel welcome here, that's for sure.
Well, what are your guys' plans after this?
Well, we're planning to help Zilmorn out, so that's the next step, I think. Because everyone had a little hard-on trying to find you, and now we found you. So hopefully that little charade's over, and hopefully they found what they were looking for, too.
Yeah. Well, I think Mushin and I are planning on traveling with you guys for a bit, at least to help Zilmorn out, because evidently he said something about, airships, and in my world they're quite frequent, and they're a lot easier to use to get around this place, let's just say that. But from what I'm feeling right now, if you're still interested about what I'm doing, is that the rod is technically pointing me a little north from here. So a little south or a little east north from here. So that's the direction I'm planning on heading after the whole fiasco with Zilmorn and getting him where he needs to go. But as far as I know, I'm stuck around with you guys if you'll have me.
Well, as much as I want to help you guys too, I still want to get this contract done. Yeah. I still don't think we're ready, but we've grown a lot.
Go ahead.
No, I just said we've grown a lot.
I can see that. You gotten a little beefier there.
Apparently,
a little hairier, probably. Yeah, that's what I started noticing. You got a little hairy.
New. Oh, I thought the sand blasting from everything in this desert would make me less hairy.
I'll tell you what, they polished me up pretty well.
And so with that, as you guys fade your conversation out, you have noticed that Zilmorn is really interested in you when you're not tending to the people. He wants to know everything about you, how you function, stuff like that. He calls you a warforged. He tells you that's from what he knows of the Gnomish scholars and their writings on their brothers and sisters that you or people like you in this existence are super rare, and they believe that they were from ancient society, civilization that created them for war, hence the name Warforged. And it's interesting to see one that was made differently from a different world. In fact, he's very intrigued when you start talking about alternate dimensions and planes of existence. That not like just different planes that you can travel between, but like different realities. He's very interested in that. He seems to think that is like something he's never heard before and kind of mind blowing to him.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll basically kind of tell him like how I got here, and then if he's willing to help me out, I'll give him some more information about what I am, how I function and stuff like that. Maybe delve more into like how I actually move, like the type of core crystal that show him the core crystal that I have inside me and stuff like that.
yeah,
But
he tells you he's as he's already said, he's more than happy to. Especially if you want to come, they could always use more help to get to the outposts in the mountains. But past that, he can't promise anything, but he can at least get you to the door.
yeah, I mean it's a step, really.
But yeah, he anything you do tell him, he has a book out and he's writing it down.
And eventually I would ask him like, what's your research on just my general existence? Why would you like to know this type of knowledge? Like, as you know, it's for war, but what's the purpose of this?
He's curious about just knowing things and writing things down. He tells you that his specialty is in cartography, making maps and things.
Mhm.
And he even shows you this map of the desert that he got from one of the people in his thing. But that he keeps lore. He tries to stay in line with the teachings of his religion, which is to keep get as much lore as you can and protect it. So that's why he is writing about this stuff.
Yeah, and I'll like to know a little bit more about his religion too. Kind of
Yeah.
see if it's the same or different from what I've been told or hearing.
He tells you basically what I told you when you were asking about when you were making Zelmorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just goes into that. Even into the part about how they believe they're reincarnated into certain things. He tells you that too. But then Mushin, he's kind of keeping to himself. You notice this through your travels. Even you, Grim, notice this. That he talks when he seems to have something to say or when he's being spoken to. But otherwise, he's just silent, trying to help out. But as that conversation comes to a close that you two were having and you're heading back, Mushin and Zilmorn are out sitting down. You kind of walk by them. You can see that Zilmorn has a book out. He's writing something that Mushin's telling him about. And you come around the corner, and for a brief second, you guys hear, yes, it is all their fault. We can't, and then they kind of stop, and as you come around the corner, they're looking in your direction, and they go silent, and kind of have a look of curiosity on their face. And as that comes to a close, guess we'll go back, and Arvio, anything in particular you wish to keep talking about?
No, I think that conversation sort of paddles out, but eventually, over the course of their 2-day trip, he's going to go over to Ra probably while they're riding. I imagine Ra is like up in the front, right?
No, he's in the back. He
Oh.
seems to order people around, not in a nasty way, but he seems to be in charge and just about what to do. Yes.
I will kind of make my way over to him, just kind of asking. So, question: what's your plan here, long term?
Right now, we are trying to get back to the distant lands. Keep him busy in the city with our people there. So that's why he does not focus on the rest of the lands, as we can bring them back under control. And then hopefully build up an army to take him on.
Now, Ra, I'm going to be honest. I want to help you quite a bit. I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to.
No, we could always use one of your talents.
Oh, absolutely, I know, but, well, the missus would like us not to be here, and unfortunately I do have my priorities, but I want to know something. Are you keeping him contained in the city, or?
He kind of just starts silently laughing as you say that. You can continue your sentence though, but you just notice it. You say keeping him contained in the city. He just kind of starts laughing to himself.
Is it actually you that's doing that, or is he choosing to stay in the city?
We believe that if he wished to come out, that he would do so. We more keep his troops, his minions, if you wish to call them, occupied.
Fair enough.
We're very grateful for the fact, as it is hard to get spies on the inside. The one who did come back did not tell us good things.
That's
Not
fair.
even having seen the man, the wizards, the magic, the evil that goes on inside that place. And we are glad that it does not come out of there.
Now, while I definitely do have an ego personally about being the smartest person in the room most of the time, I would certainly not be terribly surprised if you are significantly more well informed. Tell me, do you have any idea why that is? Why he chooses to just stick to the city?
We have no idea. We just take advantage of it.
Have you?
I mean, if you believe his lies, but we do not.
I'm out here. What do you think? Here's what I'm getting at. You want to defeat your Sild, and that's all well and good. But in order to defeat an enemy, you need to know the enemy.
Are you offering to go inside for us?
No, but I'm offering a potential for what his end goal could possibly be. If only because I have put a large amount of thought and observation into his external movements, I guess. That the very place of Torrid, in and of itself, could be a place of power. And the only reason he hasn't wiped it out yet, like he did with all the other cities, is because he's preparing for something. Potentially big boom necromantic magic with the entire city as sacrifice, but that's only a theory. I just wanted... I don't know what I can do to help you in the limited time we're probably going to be in contact with one another, but if you have any need of a diviner within the next week, please let me know.
I mean, as I said, we can always use someone with your talent. I thank you for your thoughts. We will not stop while there's an imposter sitting upon Thori's throne. Go ahead, give me a history check. And Ava, if you're listening in on this, you can give me a history check too.
Yep.
Man, who the shit is that? No idea. That sounds like your tribe name, but I got nothing other than that.
Are you listening in, Ava?
Yeah.
15. You know Uthori. The name sounded familiar to you when he first said, well, when you first heard that they were the tribe of Uthori. And then it just kind of dawns on you right now that after he says, you know, as long as there's an imposter sitting in his throne, that was the old king of Torrid. But Arvio, absolutely no idea who they're talking about.
I mean, I know that it's a tribe name, so it's like I was already going to make the assumption of, oh, I guess they're the rightful so-and-so. I just don't understand the historical context.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more sentence structure than anything. It's like, How are you? Yeah, Arvio is going to continue asking, like, okay, what infrastructure are you kind of going after? And maybe if something is like, oh, well, that doesn't seem terribly effective, maybe you should try instead of going for Y, go for X, because, you know, these reasons.
All right, so you two,
in the thick of it, you know.
Yeah, you two talk for a little bit as he's sitting there, basically just telling you, as you go over the plans, just like he doesn't know what everybody's doing. They don't talk that much, and some groups have gone silent. He assumes probably because what happened to them, they got captured and killed. But just that their plans on attacking different settlements or outposts and destroying them and building up an army. And you kind of put in your input where you feel it is needed. And while you two fade off to that, Ava, what are you continuing to do?
Well, trying to stay out of the mess, and then just listen and watch, listening and watching. Not really much else.
Okay, and Philip, what are you doing? Are you ever going to take a nap as you continue on? Basically, you're going to go another day. So are you going to take a nap, or are you going to try to risk another point of exhaustion?
No, I feel like I'm gonna take a rest in the cart this time. I can imagine Philip expecting this travel to go a bit quicker and smoother, like within a day or so. But seeing that we still not seem to be anywhere like any closer to seeing Lex or Grim on the horizon, I feel like he would take a rest this time. But I can't see Philip having any social interactions this time. I feel like he's the odd one in here.
Oh, you're not talking to the elk?
That's actually a good point.
The elk does not seem to be a good conversationalist, but it's what you have to say.
All right, this is what it has to say.
I feel like honestly, the only thing I would ask him and see if he like responds in a way is, yeah, are you hungry? And he
just like shake its head.
Very well.
Yeah, that's a bugle call.
Yeah, so for the night, I will probably send him away, let him go to wherever he's from the woods or whatnot, and go on the cart.
Okay. Well, you guys continue. Nothing very major is going to happen, so you guys will take a break as you guys and pick up where you guys are entering the town where Grim and Lex, Mushin, and Zilmorn are. So be right back. I gotta let my dog out and then use the bathroom myself. Well, I gotta help my dog go outside, so 10 minutes hopefully, but I'll be back.
All right. RV, no, if you have nowhere to go, you can always go back to the woods with me.
That's what my kid needs, to see the color green.
Hey, listen, it might not.
Kind of what Arvio is like, okay, well, I did make a promise, and I don't want to break the trust, the fickle trust that I already have with her, because you found one better.
That's way.
Diamond wakes up crying. It's terrifying. He doesn't know what an elk sounds like. It just sounds like a team.
Honestly, I'm surprised nobody is like weirded out by what the hell is this creature. Like I don't think anyone here ever saw an elk.
To be fair, Philip, they fight undead on the daily. This is not the freakiest thing they've seen.
Oh yeah.
You want the vindication. So we'll see
It's
if
like-
this turns into we're going on a road trip north to look into realistic. Or
Oh my
we're
God.
staying here, I'm not sure.
People seeing elk with seeing those massive horns and be like, oh, so is that like a tiefling horse or something?
Can we just say that if anybody asks that, Orville is like, yes, absolutely, it's fun, pal. I have one. It's called Pistachio, and he is known to eat children. This is how Orville gets lynched. Like it's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay, I am back. I see Phillips is here.
Yep.
I am also here.
Oh. Ava.
Never left.
Grim is here.
And
I'm
Mike.
here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sorry about that. I didn't know how long it would take, so if you guys wish to continue, we can continue.
Let's go.
All right. So you three are you travel throughout the night into the next day. It is getting dusk again as you see on the horizon the town. You eventually get closer to it. You get in it, make your way through. You remember where you last left. By the time you are in town, it is very dark. It is nighttime again. And you remember where you'd left the others, and you find your way into what appears to be a town square. And you come pulling up. So Grim, Lex, and Grim and Lex, you guys are kind of sitting there, and all of a sudden you can hear commotion and movement around. And eventually, as you guys kind of go into alert, maybe even drawing your weapons, who knows, the rest of the people are kind of like in an uproar. They kind of take to a building and they're just hanging out in it. As around one of the corners comes a couple camels pulling a wagon that has a like a giant cage on the back of it, and you see some very familiar people sitting inside of it. To you guys, this looks like a prisoner cage pulling up.
Grim. You go left, I go right.
All right, let's go.
We start
It's
running.
just us, guys.
Grim, get the flaming
Weapons drawn and everything. We are running.
Get the
Well,
artillery.
My weapons aren't drawn.
Well, as you draw your weapons and start running, they the
will.
ones who picked up weapons will stand up and draw theirs.
No, boys. It's not even. It's far too late for such a thing, don't you think?
Who are these people?
Well, the robot is Lex, and the one out of character. You said you burned all your hair off. Is that real?
Nope, I'm more hairier than you left me.
All right, cool. And the one with the covered mohawk, that's Grim. They're friendlies. Although, and if you're wondering as to why they're drawing weapons on us, we are rolling up in your sealed prison cart. So.
Well, do you want to tell them to stand down? He says as they're still running up towards him.
That's sort of what I was trying to yell, but I can repeat myself. I'll just get out of in front of the cart. Just kind of put my hands up. That's enough, boys.
I'm still charging at Arvio.
Yeah, same here.
Okay.
I don't have my weapons drawn, so.
I'll put my weapon away and I'm charging now.
Okay.
Lex actually straight up charges me. I'm misstepping out of the way. Not for Grim though. Grim totally is in my blind spot.
So you guys are charging at him, and suddenly he is no longer standing there. You were in front of the wagon, in front of the camels?
I was I'm going to say I was 30 feet ahead. I'm just like,
All right, so you kind of get to where he was, and he disappears, and you kind of stumble forward a bit. Grim, Lex?
Is everyone all right?
We're fine.
All right.
You can put your weapons away, Ralph says from the back.
Weapons.
and then-
but yeah.
No,
I-
he's talking to his people with weapons.
Oh, gotcha.
You guys hear from the building that everybody ran into. What are they doing here? Why did you bring them back?
Why wouldn't we?
Because they're the ones who got the town destroyed. Just like you're the ones who got all of us killed. Why did you bring them back here?
Are they yelling from the building? Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
They've stepped out
Okay.
outside the building.
Because they don't really. Their stance is much less intimidating when they're shouting from behind a window.
And
Right.
Rawl yells back at them. They wouldn't have taken us if you weren't cowards.
No.
You see the people kind of turn and go back into the building.
Yeah, they've
Rawl
been
turns
kind of.
around. Rawl turns around and he starts telling the man to go find a building to set up in.
I just kind of lean over to Ron and go, "You need a PR department."
I'm not too much concerned what cowards think of us.
Uh,
You two,
Infrastructure.
do you wish to stay on the wagon? He motions to you, Philip, and Ava.
No, I'll jump out.
I'll get out of the wagon as well.
All right, and kind of when you got out, Arvio, Jemima got out, and they start backing the wagon up, and they take it down a different road, and Raw walks up, and he's standing there. Well, we are going to go to our cache and get our stuff, sleep for the night, and probably head out in the morning. Are you coming with us?
I think we're gonna help the gnome.
Probably. We'll see.
Right. I do not know what that means, but how about we reconvene in the morning? I shall meet you here. It appears that this is where your friends have set up after all.
We just set up in the plaza. Huh? Sure.
And he turns and he starts walking back down the road. Jemima says, I'm going to stay with you if that's okay, Arvio.
Oh, that's just fine. Yes, that's good. We're probably going to be talking about what we're doing next soon anyway. Hopefully heading northward.
I'm gonna go up to where the villagers are currently taking residence in and knock on the door if there is one.
There is a door on the room. It is not closed though, and as you walk up and you look into it, you see that they're kind of grabbing whatever they can, and they seem to be making sacks out of it.
Okay. I'll just kind of call out, hello?
They turn and look at you, and then a moment of very stiff silence. And then they say, "What do you want?" We're a little occupied.
I know. I'm sorry about what happened to your town. I tried my best to do what I can, even though if I did come late. And also sorry about what happened afterward as well. But evidently these guys are going to be leaving in the morning as well, and we're probably going to follow suit, not with them, but with our own objectives. I don't know if this will help, but here, and I'll reach into my bag, I guess, and pull out a pouch of coin and say, this might help you with your travels, and hold it out to whoever the leader is, I guess.
They just look down at it, And he looks up and says, "We do not want anything from criminals."
Very well
And then
then.
it just goes back to packing their bags, packing up stuff. And as you kind of say that, and you stand there for a moment, they will stop and turn around and say, "You don't have to worry about us. We are going to be leaving ourselves. We will be heading out to nearest outpost that your shield has around here."
Okay. Again, I'm deeply sorry for what has transpired here, and then I'll just take my leave.
All right, so you head back out. You guys are all standing out there in the plaza.
I guess I'm setting up a tent.
There's several buildings around. This it's not a huge place. It's just what you know to be a town square. Like you very well make out this is a town square.
Yeah, I settled up in one building, and it'd be like, well, there's a couple other vacant lots over here.
All right, I'm actually going. Then I'm going to go gather up with the rest of the group and start kind of making some place that looks to be like a little bit homey, setting up like a tent, laying out bedrolls, starting a fire, that sort of thing.
All right.
Camping in ruins.
There is an intact building. Walls are still up, roof's on it, still has a door on it.
Oh, I roll out the bedroll and I gather. Third time's the charm. I roll out the bedroll, gather up firewood, whatever's around, and just kind of start trying to get a fire going because night's gonna get cold.
All right. As you're doing that, at one point you notice that the 5 people, the 3 that you saved, and then the 2 that were here at the town that you found, they just start walking out. And anybody who cares, who looks at them as they are heading out, they give you guys some pretty nasty looks, but they just keep on walking.
And then, I guess with that, is everybody together, or is it just we're all doing our own thing at this point?
That's up to you guys if you want to be all together or not. This is the only building that is fairly intact. The rest of them have, like, the roof is caved in, wall, doors missing, stuff like that.
We're probably close enough in the same building, so probably for me, I would have showed our view.
I'll go ahead and go up to Zilmorn and Mushin and tell them that I think tomorrow it's best that we leave. These villagers don't seem to take very kind to what we have done, even though that we did help them, but we also caused evidently this thing on their village and the people that have lived here. Not only that, they're planning on going to an outpost where Usild is that currently an outpost that is controlled of Usild. So they may tell them about where we're located. So it's probably best we get ready to move as soon as we can, and then I'll relay that to Grim and Arvio and Philip.
Oh, yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
So whatever your guys' plans are, probably need to decide them now than later, and then after that I'll just kind of set up either outside the house, or I think I'll actually be inside by the doorway, and that's it. I'll be
I mean, when you say that, like, because we're both in the same area still, I imagine this is all like Arvio's like throwing some wood on the fire and just setting up your little area and be like, well, to be honest, I was planning on going back northward up to Thornton.
Okay, well, my current objective now is I plan on seeing out this gnome to get home.
You guys, Zilmorn kind of pipes up. I did promise to help you get here if you helped me. I believe we all had a social contract.
That's true. That's true. Where was this tower? I meant long run. I'm sorry, Zilmore. I meant in the long run, northward. Where is this place you need to go?
We need to head east into the mountains.
It's
It's probably will be a couple weeks worth of a trip, but I mean, I thought I made it clear where I was going.
No, I'm sorry. I've gotten my head. A lot's happened in the last 24 hours. 48, 72 hours, days. Yes, sure. We'll head in
You-
that direction.
We don't happen to have anywhere that we can pick up some more crossbow bolts, do we? In case we run into more trouble.
More worried about food and water in general.
I mean, as we get to the outpost, there's lots of supplies there. Just getting to it.
And you
Well,
said
let's get there.
this outpost is what, about a week's travel from here, roughly?
I've never made it on foot, but according to the map, if we make good time, 2 weeks, hopefully.
All right.
Are you thinking we should head out now or stay here until the morning?
I could use some sleep. I mean, we've been taking care of those ungrateful people all day.
Yeah, I think we need a rest, and then probably early morning we get out and start making our way where we need to go.
All right.
Until the morning, then.
Well, I'll go ahead and just sleep over here then. He kind of goes over there where there's a broken window and kind of unfurls his bed and not laying down in glass, but he's laying down, near the broken window.
Glass, my favorite mattress. Only good shit. Man, Arvio's gonna kind of look back over to Umima and Dymek and kind of like try to get a read on how they're interpreting these plans. Because I imagine maybe not going straight north might be a sort of an issue, but not really. He's more worried about Dymek right now.
Dymek is looks like he's out of it. He's just kind of, again, huddled behind her, taking in everything. She's just kind of standing there silently watching.
I'm going to try and gather some water from like a well or something and try to. If he's looking out of it, he either needs rest or water or something, like food or something in his system, probably.
Yeah, you go to head outside. There was the little well there, and as you go to head outside, you start to hear
Bagpipes.
Fucking really?
You start to hear that as you step out the door. All of you hear this, and you look over and you actually see a very familiar face sitting on the fountain out there. You guys have been at it for a while now, trying to set up, and yeah.
Is it this bitch? Is
Wait a
it
minute.
the person I think it is?
Billy's
Give me a
here?
perception check if you want. Well, I was speaking more Arvio. I mean, the rest of you hear bagpipes playing. Arvio, you kind of stop, and it is dark out here now. A little bit of light because of the moon, but you also have night vision, and you are looking at Billy sitting there playing bagpipes on the fountain.
Out of character, how far away am I from? Let's call it this build. We're gonna call this building the tavern because this is what I imagine in my head. How far away from it am I right now?
You're right outside the front door. He's 45 feet away from you.
Cool. I'm just going to say very loudly so that everybody can hear inside. Ah, Billy, it's been a while.
It has.
Who's Billy?
It has. He stops playing the pipes. Why don't you come and speak? I have a lot to tell you.
I think you can speak from there, can't you?
But you're gonna really like to hear what I have to say.
Oh, right.
What's happened to
At
man?
this point,
I forget names.
going
Go ahead.
outside.
Okay. So you step out the front door and you see
Yeah.
you see Philip there too.
Yeah, just behind Arvio, kind of like a bodyguard, like
Arms crossed.
His smile gets really big when he sees you step out, and he says, "What's happened to? Oh man, it's been so long I've forgotten names. The cleric. He told me you were all heading this way, but we haven't spoken in a while, and I don't sense him in there. Is he
Oh,
not
he-
with you anymore?
He did the same thing you did. He took a walk.
Oh, did he?
Hmm.
Well, I suggest that you also take walks.
Uh,
Why would I want to take a walk?
Have you
Oh,
joined him outside?
Yes.
I imagine.
I'd be
yeah.
starting to get up too.
Okay. He says, so Lex, are you heading outside? We have
Kinda,
Ava, Grim.
yeah, I'll kind of peer outside.
Okay. I'll say you're kind of standing in the doorway peering outside. Arvio, you got pushed a little bit forward towards him. You're still a good
This
good
is not what I
distance
want.
away.
I don't want to take. Fuck.
Philip
Philip
is right next to you though, and he looks at you as Ava says that, and he says, you could do whatever you want for all I care. It's them. He knows what you're doing, our master, and he's not happy with what you're planning.
Oh,
I would
no.
hate.
What a shame.
It would be a shame if something happened to you or those of such fine heritage, and you.
Is that a threat?
You notice that he's looking through the window, and you kind of turn back and you can see Umima standing there. He said it'd be such a shame for something to happen to one so pretty.
At least is that how I basically say, is that a threat? And I pull off my sword.
And I pull out my hand crossbows.
Mm.
It is not a
Watching
threat.
you. Have you? Never been terribly good at that.
It's just not a threat. The master does not like what you're doing. You made contracts. I'm just here to tell you that you should all head back before it gets worse.
Interesting proposition. We'll think about it.
I walk up in front of Arvio. I'm like, Billy, is that really you?
Shit.
Of course it is me. You can do an insight check if you want.
Yeah, I want to start walking closer to him and doing more
I'm
insight check.
gonna do an insight check.
Okay, so you start walking towards him and you do an insight check?
Yep,
Is that what you said, Grim?
that is.
How close are you trying to get to him?
I'm gonna go as close face to face to him.
Alright. So you walk up right to him and you say that. And of course it is me. Who else would it be? My friend, yes, my friend. You need to head back. You have someone to kill, something to do. Arvio and Grim, your perception checks, you know he is bold-faced lying.
You are not Billy.
Of course I am. Shake my hand. You'll see. He holds out his hand to you.
The cards are out. They're floating around Arvio's hand. He's already ready for a fight.
I don't touch his hand.
You don't touch his hand?
Nope.
You, the creature, okay. So you're gonna do that. You can make your insight check. Or did you already make it? No?
I made a 13.
It is. I roll an 8 plus. I have a minimum of 17 on my insight. I can
Alright.
never roll below a 17.
That's so good. I love
So
that.
you two, sorry, trying to remember names. RVO, Grim. You two know this person. Grim, you especially know this person. You can tell that this is just flat out. This is not him. This is not how he acts. Ava, you can tell that this person is not being honest. There's something very off about what they're saying. But yeah, you can tell they're being dishonest, but you don't have that insight of like, I know this isn't 100% not him, but you can still tell when he answers that question that he's lying about being Billy.
Can I do a quick thing? Just
Sure.
quick.
Well, it depends.
Yeah, make it quick, because you're all gonna roll initiative here, actually.
Because Ava wants to shoot this guy right now.
I'm aware. This is sending. I basically do a sending to Amima. Get deeper inside the building. We're dealing with some trouble out here. Stay safe. Click. That's it. And I kind of like look at her through the window and give her a nod.
All right.
Oh, if I see him nod, I shoot.
I did not what I meant, but hey, who cares? So
Well, let me do some stuff here really quickly. You all see him lunge at Billy. So that is going to happen. Yep, he lunges at Billy's face to face with him. And he did not want to shake his hand, so he lunges at him.
So Billy's
mean lunges
lunging
at
at
Grim?
Billy.
Or Billy. No, he lunges at Grim, sorry.
yeah.
Okay, so going to put you guys over here. I was told there is a campfire. Only one person has dark vision, yes?
Hi.
I thought it was morning time.
No, it is nighttime. You guys are getting ready to go to sleep, and he just went out to get water from the well when he noticed Billy was sitting there playing his bagpipes.
I just put water for my son, you fuck! Now it's gonna be
Yeah, I
full
don't
of
even see
blood, it'll be
myself.
all your fault.
Yeah, give me a second to get a light source. There's a way to make an object a light source. I don't know how to do it, but I will figure it out. I think I have to go to dynamic lighting and make it. And then dynamic lighting emits light. No. Maybe if it's on the token layer, emit the light.
Oh, looked like it did it for me.
You guys can see yourselves now?
No.
I mean, yeah, I can see mine. There it goes. Yeah, it did it.
I
I'm
can
wondering
see
if
mine, but
Jemima is eventually going to need a paddle token in case
I-
she wants to class some fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
You have vision. Your vision was off. That might be why you see stuff now.
I see myself. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
see-
also don't see nothing. Not even my token.
Same.
I need
oh,
to
yeah, I
give.
can see myself now.
Okay. But you should also see light coming from a fire near you. I don't
There's
know
no
why
light.
it's not giving light off though.
It did it for me.
Well, it just did it for a split second when you gave me my
Yeah.
token.
I really dislike this lighting system. What if I do this? Well, the thing is like even Arvio, who has night vision set on, is not showing. Okay. So I have dynamic lighting, explorer mode. If I come over and do this one.
No, just everything turned black now.
In the void.
Can't even see the map.
Can you see the map the first time?
Yeah, could see it. Dimly. I mean, it was a grayed out map, but now I see nothing. My token's even gone.
Tested this earlier today too, and it was working. I don't know why. Explorer mode, update, save settings.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So you guys can see your tokens. You can see the
Yep.
light being cast by the
And
Yep.
fire.
it
Yep.
it did,
Yep.
then it broke on my end. I don't see it no more.
You don't see it no more.
I see the screen. I see the map in the background. It's like really, really dark, but I see my token, but nothing else.
Well, we're done with this. This is garbage. Roll 20 needs. Okay, you guys see the map?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. You see what you see. You even see inside the other buildings. I ain't gonna mess with that. It's
I
garbage.
have the vision of God.
Okay. I need to
Grim.
pull this back up.
That was working for you. You just had your vision expanded on that.
Yeah. I said I see the map, and then it would go in with the lighting. Then it just disappeared like instantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess you have a pretty big delay on your
Yeah, it's a
Stream.
delay on the stream.
yeah.
Alrighty. Descending order. Ava, it is your turn. As you seeing everything go on, you really quickly kind of see what Arvio does, and as you kind of take focus on that, you see Billy lunge towards Grim. It is your turn. What do you wish to do?
I wish to shoot him.
All right, that will hit.
And then with my bonus action, I am going to shoot again.
All right. Well, you guys all watch as
14.
Grim. You all watch as Grim, with the first arrow, all of a sudden this arrow sinks into Grim, and it actually goes through him. You don't see it impel into him and blood come out, and all of a sudden there's a shimmer, and you see this flying like imp-like thing, and all of a sudden it just goes limp and falls to the ground right there.
You mean Billy?
No, it's an imp.
It's an imp.
I know, but you said the arrow went through Grim.
Oh yes, you see it go
Oh
through,
yeah.
through Billy's. Well, it looks like Billy. It seems to go through him. It doesn't hit him like it should.
Okay.
Well done. You have slayed the imp. Combat is over. Okay.
I wins.
So, is that all you do?
I am going to use my movement to come over to Graham. And then I'm going to take the dodge action.
All
Or
right.
the dodge, use my bonus action to dodge. You know what I mean?
Okay, Lex, what do you wish to do? Seemingly, this imp that was posing as Billy has died. Nothing else is going on when it is your turn.
I'm gonna go here and hold an action for anything but my party. So hold on. I'm gonna hold my attack action for anything that is out of the ordinary. Like if a monster pops up around here, I'm gonna attack it basically, and then I'm gonna tell Zilmorn to get up and Mushin to protect the kid.
All right. Just making it so everybody knows. Oh no, never mind. So that is your turn.
If I can say another thing, I'll tell Arvio's baby mama to step away from the window, and that's it. That's my turn.
Yep. It is not your turn, Arvio.
No, it's not. Oh, is it
Nope.
not?
No, it is not your turn.
Oh shit! They have higher decks than I do.
Okay. I'm just trying to decide. I think this guy is intelligent enough. Okay, so yeah, it definitely hits. Does a 21 hit you, Arvio?
Mm,
Yes? Okay.
yeah.
I need
What is
everybody
that?
in a 20-foot range So that's gonna be you just outside of it. You guys are gonna need to make it, except for Zilmore. So I need Lex and I need Arvio to give me and Philip. Lex, Arvio, Philip. I need you guys to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Both of you have +2 because you are within 10 feet from me.
Arvio, you are going to take.
Okay, never mind.
Don't
Okay.
worry, son, I've got it.
Is
Okay,
is
so-
that disadvantage, by the way, for me? Or no?
No, Arvio, you do have to make that throw at saving throw at disadvantage. Lex, you do not. Philip, you do not.
Okay, how about I don't do that because I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Would I get advantage for danger sense? I'm just curious on that one.
No, you would
Okay.
not. So Arvio, you're gonna take 7 points of damage as
Okay.
this beast appears. I have a handout. Yes, maybe.
And it already hit me once, right?
No,
You has
You
21 hits.
you should be at full health.
Oh, okay. Then I guess the 21 didn't hit, or something did? I don't know.
Well, the 21 hits you, and you take 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And then as it hits you, there's this loud no, there's not a loud sound. There's this like very bright flash. And Lex, you managed to make it, but I think Philip,
I've got 19.
you did make it. What are you getting the 19 from?
Oh, everyone within, yeah.
Okay.
It already has it +2'd.
Yeah, but his
Oh, no,
aura
right. Yeah.
too as well.
Aura gives me another 2.
Okay.
Okay, so Lex and Philip, you guys are safe. Arvio, you are blinded as this bright light flashes off.
Well,
I thought
Oh.
I had a picture of this creature. You guys have seen this before.
I don't remember seeing this thing before.
Yeah,
me neither.
we've seen it. It's a fat looking thing. Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
going to just post it on Discord for you guys in the group. On game chat, that's what he looks like as he shoots you with his crossbow, and then you notice that he goes invisible. And by the way, just so you all know, he is standing up on the roof of these buildings. He is not on the ground. Just making that clear for you. Sorry, moved the map because I'm on the wrong layer. So he goes invisible, and you all hear, and you, those of you who can see, you hear something stomping over here on top of the roof of this building, and you can see like some of the tiles sliding off to the ground below and falling and cracking.
I didn't
Are
see
you?
you ping.
What?
Oh, I
was,
guess I wouldn't see anyway.
No, you can see. You hear something. You see him turn invisible, and then you hear something move over to this area, and you can also see the tiles sliding off the roof onto the ground. And that will bring us to your turn, Arvio, who is
So
blinded.
Yep, I'm gonna be. I know generally where the building is. I'd like to think somewhat. So I'm thinking I'm blinded and in a wide open space. This is not good. So we're just gonna slide right back into the building, just kind of trying to blink it off. And while being blinded, trying to play it off like, yeah, I'm fine, I'm okay because my woman and kid are like right there. And he's going to take the round to do a perception check just so that he can maybe hear that thing start to approach. He's focusing on being able to sense it right now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you check. You can hear it running on the rooftops. You kind of have a general idea from the sound where it is.
All right, I'm gonna kind of conjure up magic. It's like a held firebolt in my hand, to where if he, much like Lex, which Arvio doesn't see right now, if he passes the threshold, like if he gets really close, he's going to unload on this thing. Actually, no, not firebolt, because it's a devil. Mind spike. We're doing mind spike.
right, sounds good. And that is the end of your turn?
That will be the end of my turn, yeah.
Alrighty. You all hear howling and the padding of feet coming from certain directions heading towards you guys. And oh boy. Philip, you turn around and you see this creature running up behind you. Again, another creature you've seen.
Yeah, this one I can remember.
It is going to stop here. Actually, before that, on Arvio's turn, she runs over. The ends represents your wife and your son, or your baby mama and your son. They run over in this corner, and she like shoves him in the back corner, and then piles in front of him. And Zilmorn and Mushin are also going to take a defensive stance around them. But back to this wolf guy. That happened on Arvio's turn. Back to the wolf guy. He's going to run up. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw. See what 15 foot is. Yeah, it does not reach you two out there, so you don't have to worry about it. So go ahead, fill up, and give me a dex.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just double check the aura, and it's actually +3 now because I added +1 to charisma.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's +3 to everyone within 10 feet.
Well, this thing runs up here and kind of does that to you.
Yeah, and let's see if I can. So that's 14.
14. You save, but you will still take damage from it.
That's fine.
You'll take half. Oh boy, lucky you. It'll be 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. You'll take 5 fire damage as this thing runs up and just unleashes its fire breath onto you. And that dice is now forever gone. Okay. You guys up here at the top also hear padding coming out from this direction. A beast runs out here. It's going to stop here. I need you two to give me dexterity saving throws with disadvantage.
Who?
Ava
Me?
and Grim. Yep.
Well, with my danger sense, it would just be regular roll.
I guess you can see it happening, yeah. You see it kind of, and having dealt with this before, you can see it kind of inhaling. You can see its chest turning red, its throat turning red. You can see the flames starting to come out. So I will give you advantage, which will make it a normal roll.
Why is it disadvantage for me?
Because you have disadvantage. Alright, so that is going to be 10, 13, 16, 17, 18. Ava, you're going to take 18 points of fire damage.
No, I'm gonna have that.
Alright. So then you both are going to take 9 points of fire damage. As this dog-like creature runs out and just blows fire out on you guys.
I have resistance on fire, right?
Yeah, you took bear, right? Yeah, yep. Anything except psychic? Yeah, so you...
Are you raging, Grim?
No, you're not. Yeah, never mind. So you'll take the 9. Let me get rid of that dude. He is dead.
Yeah, it's not my turn yet, so...
Philip, it is your turn.
Yep. I use bonus action to use a command word on my weapon, Blaze, to light it up, and just jump up to them and make two attacks.
Go for it.
So goddamn it, 10.
10 will miss.
All right.
It dodges out of the way. 19 will hit.
All right. That's 17.
All right, you watch as you lay into this thing. You slice into it, but where you're used to seeing burn marks left by your sword, this thing does not seem to have that same damage to it. Make from that what you wish.
Durable, especially against fire.
Is that your turn?
Yep.
All
Just
right. Then Grim, it is your turn.
I'm gonna bonus action manifest my echo in front of the wolf.
All right. Copy paste. You put it wherever you want it to appear. I'm just going to change its tint.
I'll wait until you can do that. Yep.
All right, there you go.
And I'll put it right there. And this when I take out my sword and shield, and I'll swing at it.
Go for it. 19 will hit. All right, you cut into it pretty good, and it lets out a yelp.
I'm gonna swing at it again.
19 hits. What are with your loaded dice? Anything else you wish to do?
Yeah, I'll move a little bit. Okay, I didn't. Okay, there. Dang it, I want right there.
All right, is that your turn?
Yes.
Then Ava, it is your turn.
Okay, so one thing I didn't get, you kept saying we hear the thing on the roofs. I never saw which roof that you were referring to, which direction this is.
Sounded like it ran over here.
Okay, that's why it was underneath my character sheet. Okay, with that, I am going to attempt to shoot the guy standing next to Philip.
Okay.
I shouldn't have
11.
disadvantage, but I don't know
No.
if 11 would hit.
11 will miss. It flies wild.
Okay. Then I'm going to bonus action.
Same one?
Same one.
All right. 12 misses as well.
Wow. And then I'm going to move here. That's my turn.
All right. So Lex, it is your turn. You saw the thing appear on the roof, take a shot at Arvio, the blast that came out from it that almost blinded you, but you managed to turn your head away. You see the wolves, the fire wolves, come running out and attacking the group.
Okay. Bonus action rage, and then I'm going to squeeze by Arvio and go here, and then I'm going to take 2 attacks, reckless and great weapon master.
All right.
15 to hit.
15 will just hit it.
Oh shit, math. 28 points of damage to him.
All right. It is still standing, but gravely wounded.
All right, second one. 12. I missed.
12 will miss.
And that's my turn.
All right. So again, it is not your turn, Arvio. You are. Let me look at this again. You're still blind. Okay. You all watch as this thing appears once more up on top of the building. And it kind of looks around, trying to take in the biggest danger. It is going to shoot at. It's going to shoot at you, Grim. So 17 plus 4, I think 22 is going to hit you. Okay. Give me. Oh boy, give me a Constitution saving throw. He's going to try to do this to you. And you do so at disadvantage. 13. Good thing for that disadvantage. All right. So you are going to take.
This will be half too, by the way, I think. Oh, that's right.
You will take 28 points of damage as this bolt flies out and hits you, and electricity just surges through your body. You are paralyzed. So I will give you this. Oh, you keep changing something because it keeps closing it. That's okay. We'll do that. That's your paralyzed. So you were paralyzed. You guys all again watch as this thing disappears.
Fool, you assume I'm watching.
And you hear it run, and then all of a sudden you hear this loud slam, and you see stuff falling off the roof from down here. I will shift click that for people. Get a feeling something big and invisible just made its way over that way.
I did not.
I didn't.
I
Oh
hear-
yeah, never mind.
yeah.
It'd help if I was out of GM mode. Arvio, as that happens, your blindness wears off.
Okay. Well, RVO is kind of because he's listening for it. He's keeping track of where it is, and he just heard it slam down on the ground.
Oh,
And
it's on the roof up top, but yes, you heard it slam down.
yep, that's what I've been doing. So I'm checking the radius or something. Cool. RVO is going to just kind of blink a couple of moments, take note of his surroundings, gather up a bunch of ice in his hand, then come right back around the corner, and he's going to cast Ice Storm right on the spot where he thinks it might be, where he heard it slam down.
All right.
One moment.
You can go ahead and give me your damage.
Cool.
I will make the roll. It is dexterity. All right. Okay, so you all watch as this thing, as the ice is slamming down. You're casting it right where you heard the noise.
Absolutely.
And what's the radius on your spell?
20.
20.
And 40 foot up.
Okay, so nobody. Okay, so you all watch as this thing appears where all the ice is slamming down. You can see Arvio, and you can also see that it's raining down on it, and the ice does not seem to affect it, even though it seems to be getting hit pretty hard by the shard of ice falling on it. But you see that the ice kind of melts as it hits him. Does not seem to have as much of an effect as you would hope it would.
Okay, interesting. Not
But
by ice. Fantastic.
everybody can now see this thing standing up there as it's kind of like hunkering down as the ice is hitting him. You also notice that falling from the roof to the ground right here appears a dead imp as he gets hit.
There's the other one.
Whenever I cast this spell, something dies.
Alright, is that your turn?
And also getting right back into cover because he probably didn't like that very much, and I don't want him shooting me again.
Alrighty, then it is their turn. Oh boy. I would rather take an attack from you, Philip, so it is going to pivot this way.
Would be a real shame
What,
if you.
you don't want me to attack it?
I mean, if you want to, I don't
No,
know.
it's your reaction. So are you going to attack it as it steps away?
I'll attack it.
Philip has Sentinel.
20. Oh, I thought it was attack of opportunity since it left my.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So your
Yeah.
20 does hit.
with only 9. Well, I assume 3 doesn't really do anything.
Yeah,
So-
flame does not seem to affect him at all. But it is gravely wounded as it runs around opposite of Lex. It tries to breathe fire, but it does not. So instead, it is going to, that is going to hit. Does a natural 20 plus 5 hit you?
Yeah.
All right, so you are going to take. This is going to be 14 piercing damage. You are
7?
raging though, yes?
Yeah, so 7 points.
Yes. And then, even though it doesn't seem to be able to draw up fire breath, you are going to take.
That was a natural 20, right?
Yes, you're going to
Okay.
take 16 points of fire damage. As if this thing bites you, you can feel it start to melt the metal that you are made of. Very, very nasty bite. This one up here, going to pivot this way, not take any attacks, which is good for it, maybe. Let's see if he. Oh, he does. He is going to release a flame breath. Are you in range of it? Yes, you are. So I need a dexterity saving throw from you, and your guy's gonna go bye-bye. Actually, does he get hit by, he gets hit by magic and stuff, right?
Yeah, as long as it's not attacking a creature, it should, since how this is, as long as it doesn't specific a creature, since it's an object.
All right.
But I also
yeah,
wanted to ask how danger sense works with paralysis.
It doesn't. That just gives you your advantage on your dexterity saving throws. That was a Constitution. But you get disadvantage on that because you are paralyzed. No, you automatically fell dexterity saving throw, so you fell it. You don't even get to make a save. And then your echo is going to disappear. So that is 12, 17, 21, 24, 27. You're going to take 27 points of fire breath, and your echo just disappears. Put them back here. All right, and that will actually, it will move up onto you. No, it's not that stupid. It's gonna stay back. That is going to be its turn. Philip, it is your turn.
I assume changing my weapons would be an action.
You can like draw a weapon or put away a weapon. It's not going to be an action, but you can't like put away a weapon and draw one out. If you want to just drop your current weapon and pull one out, you can do that.
Yeah, I would drop my sword, still flaming, to give us some light, and take my axe instead, and just take a step forward and try to use that against it, see how effective it will be.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh, slightly better.
25 hits.
Yep, so that's just 8. And then again, 17.
Well, with that first hit, as this thing is just gnawing on Lex, and you can see the metal starting to melt away where it's holding on to him, the breath that's coming out of it is like curling the air because it's so hot and intense, and you just step up and you chop between its neck and its shoulder blade and just decapitate this thing as Lex kind of shakes his arm and it falls off. That was your first hit, so you got another. You got another if you want to move or do something.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna catch up to anything to hit it again. I was just gonna say to Lex, it seems that Grim is in trouble. Let's hurry up. Yep, and so 40 feet of movement, so that's 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'll move here. And that's it. And I did leave my sword here, still flaming.
Yep. So then, Grim, it is your turn.
I'm gonna rage,
Okay.
and then let's see. I am going to reckless. I'm gonna move up and reckless attack this dog.
Go for it. Give it your best shot.
So it's advantage.
Advantage for
Attacks.
For your reckless.
Yeah.
Not sure. Is that what it says? If that's what it said, then yes.
Yeah, it's advantage for reckless attacks.
Yeah, I don't know how that works with paralysis, so that's what I'm asking.
Oh, no.
Can
you're
I
still
not move?
paralyzed.
I can't move, huh?
Nope. Thanks for reminding me. So you can, if you want to, at the end of your turn, you can give me another. Where is it? Constitution saving throw.
But I can't attack either, huh?
No, because this is at the end of your turn. So you're not even raging.
Okay. So I just basically can't do anything. So I do what saving throw?
Constitution.
At disadvantage.
Yep. You are still paralyzed.
But it's +2 because, or +3 because Philip is there.
Within
It's 13.
Still paralyzed.
Alright.
Alright, well, that's my turn.
Alright, well that's at the end of your turn, so Ava, it is your turn.
He needs to make a deception saving throw to beat my 19.
Okay. So you can go ahead and give me normal damage. Not your
He beats me, huh?
Yep.
I shoot at him.
Hey, 15. It hits like some of his metal and just glances off.
Alright. I move there, and it's my turn.
Alrighty, Lex, it is your turn.
How tall is the roof here? Can I reach
15
it?
feet up. You can jump up and grab it, pull yourself up. I will say that will take your movement though.
Yep, I'll do that. So I'll
Alright.
get up there.
Okay. So you jump up, pull yourself up here. You see this thing just kind of standing up there surveying the area. See your friend standing down there looking a little bit smaller to you. You still have an action if you wish to use it.
Yeah, I'll kind of slam my spear into the roof, pull out a javelin, and throw a javelin at it.
Okay, go for it.
Not at advantage. Rage. Or that. So 25 to hit.
25 hits.
10 points of piercing damage.
Alright, so you watch as that does not seem to do as much damage as you hope it will.
Yeah, it's fine.
Is that it?
Yeah, because I can't make a second range attack with
All
anything.
right.
So that's it.
Well, it is going to turn and look at you. Now a challenger to it. Okay.
That is very loud.
Love them chips.
Love them.
Sorry, I keep thinking I'm muting myself.
It is going to shoot its bow at you. I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw. It will not be at advantage because you do not see this coming.
Okay.
7. That is going to be. He rolled really low on that. You're 15. All right, so it flies and it lands in front of you, and you watch as these vines just erupt out, and they start trying to wrap themselves around you. Not these vines, this like sticky web stuff tries to wrap itself around you, and you manage to pull away, and it just flops over the side of the building, and then you see it go invisible.
I rolled a 7 on dexterity saving throw on that one, so
Oh, 7?
yeah.
Okay. You do then get entangled by the web as it wraps around you.
Okay.
Okay, and then you can hear you all hear this thing. It runs further away from the courtyard you are all standing in, and you can hear it kind of moving in this direction. Lex, you can tell this thing watching the roof tiles and stuff shifting kind of ran over here.
Okay.
Invisibility does not mean you guys don't know where it's at. It just means you can't see it. So, Arvio, it is your turn.
Much in the same vein, if you had kept it on the ground, Arvia would have looked around the corner and just been like, "This dude's big. Where's his footprints?" But
You hear it retreat further back into the roof. You don't even know if you can get a line of sight to where it's at.
Okay, well then I'm just going to use this one pause to steel myself and just cast Mage Armor so that I'm functional in a battle. Being as it's giving me a moment to breathe right now. I'm gonna stay in cover.
All right, so you watch as Mushin and Zilmarn kind of guarding your baby mama and child who are cowering in the corner at this point. And is that your turn?
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at them, and I just look at them, and like, everything's gonna be fine. We're taking care of it. And just try to calm them down. I don't know if I need to roll a persuasion for that.
No, you don't need to.
It doesn't work. It's fine.
It's not that it don't work. It's just they wouldn't change their mind either way. So.
Fair enough. Be right back.
All right. Well, with that being your turn, let's see if this one does it. It does not. It is going to run up on you then. You are paralyzed. Does that give advantage? Yes, it does. Okay. Okay. First one was a 2, so good thing it had advantage. I guess not for you guys, because the second one, 16 plus 5. Yeah, that is going to hit you. So you are going to take Grim. You're going to take 5 piercing damage. You're raging?
Nope.
No, you're not. That's right. You're paralyzed. So you take 5 piercing damage, and then you are also going to take, as this thing bites into you, and you can just feel the searing heat coming from its mouth, another 8 points of fire damage. Okay, Philip, it is your turn as this thing runs up, and you can see where it's biting onto Grim. It's melting through the metal, and you can actually start to smell burning hair.
Yeah, I can tell that Grim is probably in a really bad state right now. So, Thunder's Might. And with my Great Axe. 15?
15 just hits it.
Alright, so that's going to be 6 plus 2d6.
Alright, see if it stays there.
So that's the 16.
Alright, and it is dexterity?
No, it's strength saving throw against 14.
It's 14. Okay, so you run up and you chop into it, and it just kind of like gets pushed back a little bit, but it holds its ground. It does not move.
And I'm just up with my second attack then.
Alright, it does look very badly wounded. And the 20 hits?
13.
Alright, as this thing, again, biting into Lex, who is just kind of standing there, you can see electricity still coursing over his body. You just chop it between its neck and its shoulders, and it just flops to the ground.
That's Grim you're looking at, not Lex.
Or Grim, yes. Sorry. Having very difficult time with names tonight.
I'm seeing if
That banana split.
Well, you can never go wrong with the banana split, so.
Bonus action. Oh, it's an action. Okay, never mind. Then that'll be it for me. I was seeing if I can do anything for Grim, but no, not at the moment.
Okay, Grim, I need a Constitution save and throw from you, and it is disadvantage. Sorry. You're
That's
still paralyzed.
that's 12. Yeah.
Ava, it is your turn. All right. It is not hidden, but as you try to look up there, you're having difficulty seeing where the noise is coming from because it ran further onto the roof. If you are talking, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. That was my. Yeah, I'm horrible with my mic today. So that was my bonus action to do that.
Yep.
So I am going to hold my actual action for when it pops up again and try to shoot it.
All right, that works. Lex, you are restrained. Let me see. If you wish, you can use your action to try to get out of this, or you heard where the thing ran. You saw the tiles shifting beneath its feet as it ran. If you want to do something with that information as well, you can.
The action. Yeah, I will take my action to break free.
Okay, so I will then need. Wow, it's okay. You can do strength or dexterity check. Just says check. Okay, so yeah. 5, you did not get out.
No, that's a 17. Sorry, the first one. 5 was
17?
double click. Yeah.
All right, you just get it as you start just grasping at this this stuff is like, have you seen that YouTube video of that old guy who's like trying to pull that glue out of the thing and it just starts getting all over the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what this stuff is doing, but like you manage to get it off and you're like, okay, I am happy to be done with that. So
Yeah.
you are now free.
Okay. And then I'm going to run in the direction that he is. So here, did I hit anything? Like I'm just basically running until I hit
You
something.
run up and yeah, you're right on him.
Okay, then I'll turn back and I'll yell out AoE on me, and that's it.
All right, you will watch as it appears right next to you. It is going to, its crossbow is away. It has a dagger out and it's going to take that dagger and it is going to try to stab at you.
And I missed.
Oh yes, you did miss. Okay. I think I spelled that wrong. So you are going to take, it's going to be 9 points of slashing damage. That is going to be halved
5.
to 5. Yeah, 5. And then I need a Constitution saving throw from you as you take.
23.
Okay. Well, you will take 15, 19. You're going to take 19 points of poison damage, but you
And then
manage.
halved again because I'm resistant to poison.
Okay, so you will take 8 then. And you manage to make your Constitution saving throw, so the rest of that does not affect you. So this thing stabs you with this dagger. Very, very nasty dagger. You get the feeling of, and it disappears again. And you hear it step away from you, so you can take a attack of opportunity if you want.
Any way I can make this reckless?
Sure. Technically, no, but I will let you do it.
Can I add the Great Weapon Master to it?
Sure. Just I'm already letting you do the other one.
All right. Natural 20.
All right. You'll get your -5 for that.
Oh, it's already -5. I got a +7 to my thing, and this is the modified sword, so I didn't have to minus it already.
Okay, so yeah,
So,
you do
Yeah,
you
the
do
2
damage.
is yeah. So there we go. So 12. Shit, math. 25, 34 points of damage.
Okay, you watch as this thing appears, running away from you. You cut into it. Does not seem to do as much damage as you were hoping, but it still
Oh,
is
there was
going
another
to.
thing I was gonna do.
It is
Just
going
remembered it.
to move over here.
Okay. Is there any way I can add a divine smite to that?
No,
Okay, that's fine.
Arvio, it will be your turn. Last you heard was AOE me. What do you wish to do, Arvio?
Well, I kind of give a smile to the 4 people carrying the corner, and I'm like, well, apparently he wants the artillery. One moment.
You okay?
Sorry.
Go ahead. I mean, don't know if you see him or not, but all right.
He's a pretty tall guy. Yeah, I can say you can see him running away.
So I'm like aiming at Lex, and I could like see the his teeth look pretty big, like the tusks, and I just like in that direction, and like right here, just boom.
All right, what are you dropping on him?
You know what I'm dropping on him. I'll roll it for you. Because that's the only thing that's going to hit him. Because I don't have line of sight for fireball.
Well, you watch as nothing seems to happen to him. It's kind of like hitting and just glancing off of him. You get the feeling cold doesn't do much to this, and his saving throw you just made, he manages to dodge through your damage.
Well, he knew what he was asking for. Anyway.
And that's your turn.
That is my turn, you're correct.
Alrighty.
Okay. I'm gonna use this on Grim.
Okay, well, when it is your turn,
Oh,
as
wait.
you see appear behind him an imp. And that imp is going to attack him with its stinger.
Shit.
Okay, that is going to be the 18 hit you. It does not, does it? And even with it got advantage on its roll. All right, so its stinger kind of hits one of your metal pieces of plate and just glides off, and it just hisses. And that was its movement to get to you. So it's still sitting there. Philip, it's your turn as you just all of a sudden watch this flying imp appear behind Grim.
I'm still using restoration to get Grim back into action.
That is fine. Just looking at this, as you cast the spell onto him, it seemingly does not stop what is happening to him.
Oh, god damn it. Well, so it visibly doesn't do anything, right? If I can't see any changes, then I would stay with him and just kind of position myself next to him.
Hold on, just trying to look up something up real quick.
Yeah, it's supposed to just get rid of the condition of paralyzed.
It's like
Well,
a stab.
just remember, you guys are fighting something you don't know about, so you don't really know what he is doing.
We'll take it apart later. We'll figure it out.
Just throwing that out there. Don't always assume that you guys are fighting things you never fought before.
I'm just I'm just imagining the scene after this. It's like, yes, how did the Billy lookalike go? Well, everybody died, so...
It's a Lester restoration, yes?
Yeah, that's a restoration.
Okay. So you do touch him,
Mm-hmm.
and you watch as the blue arcing going all over his body does indeed stop.
Mm.
So whatever that bolt was doing to Grim, it does get affected by it.
Mm.
And you said that was your turn?
Yeah, I'll just seeing that he seems to be better now. I'll just move forward a little bit to kind of support them with the big guy up there.
All right. Then Grim, as you're standing there, the imp comes down, hits your plate. You still can't do anything. You've seen everything that's gone on around you, but this bolt that this thing shot at you, seemingly keeping you out of action, when all of a sudden Philip steps up and removes the effect. You are now able to do what you wish to do. All right, you are raging. Go ahead and give me your attack. 23 will hit. It is still alive.
+2 to that because you didn't have rage up as well.
It is still alive, but you like chop this thing kind of almost in half. 17 will hit.
Well, the natural 20 is probably what hits the most.
20. Yeah, 20 hits. Natural 20. So you come back around the other way and just cleave this thing in half. Is that your turn? Alrighty, Ava, it is your turn. You are muted again.
Please make a deception roll.
17. All right, you get your sneak attack.
I will let it fly. And
15 misses.
miss again. Oh my goodness. And yeah, I will stay there.
All right, Lex, it is your turn.
I'm running. I'm going to him.
Go for it.
2 attacks. Reckless. Great Weapon
Yep.
Master. 20.
20 hits.
Fine Smite. 32 or 33.
All right, you see that seems to do a lot of damage to him. He does not like that. He glowers at you.
All right, another one. 7.
Completely misses.
That's it.
All right, and that's your turn.
Frenzy Rage. I'm gonna go into a frenzy. It's a bonus action.
Okay, it starts to move away from you. So do you want to take attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Go for it.
Could I do Reckless again?
No.
Okay.
Basically, you just take an attack action.
Okay. Can
Is
I
that
make it?
part of your attack action?
It's part of it. So here, I'll just post it for you.
Yeah, it's when you first attack on your turn, so you cannot use it.
All right. So I'll do this Great Weapon Master then. Natural 20. Divine Smite, please.
Divine Smite don't go through. What's your
Okay.
Great Weapon Master?
Great Weapon Master?
No, you want to post that up too?
Yeah.
So on your turn, when you score a hit, so it's not your turn.
Okay, so I'll just minus the 10 from this then.
So 12?
No. The second part of it is what it does. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon that you are proficient with, you can choose to take a -5 penalty
to the attack roll. If the attack hits, you add +10 to the attack roll. It's whenever you make a melee attack, you can do that part.
It's on my turn though. This is technically a opportunity attack, so it's not my turn for this.
Yeah.
So yeah. So -10 from the damage. To math. 22.
20 minus 10 from your 22 would be 12?
No. I already minus the 10 on it. I
Okay.
just basically
20,
had
22 will hit.
that's 22 damage.
Oh, that's 22 damage?
Yeah, because I did a natural 20 on the attack.
Okay. Alright, you watch as it runs, jumps over here onto this roof, and then it turns, pulling its crossbow out, and it
Do
is
we
going
see this happen?
shoot at you. What do you mean, do you see it happen?
Oh, I was just wondering.
So it is going to hit you. I mean, yeah, you see it happen. It's shooting you.
Alrighty.
That will be 18 points piercing damage as a bolt flies into you. So,
So
9.
minus the 9. Yep.
And then nothing else seems to happen as it just turns invisible. Arvio, it is your turn. Arvio? You take a break again?
Sorry about that. I'm back. I'm really sorry.
Alright.
I can take a break. I forgot to be right back. All right. I'm hearing a lot of chaos happening off map.
The last you saw him was over here, and he seemed to not move.
You watch him run away. Lex swung, hit him. He jumped across. You heard and saw him land there. And then he turned around, shot, and turned invisible.
Arvio was like, "Oh wow, I thought I would need the wings for this. Guess not." He's going to kind of take up some sort of semi-cover behind these boxes.
Yep,
And
they're piled pretty high too.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
Okay. At
3rd level.
What are you casting it at?
Oh, I'm trying to cast it at this where he might be. Would that work?
You have to see it. You cannot
Yes.
see this.
Damn. Okay. Well, guess I'll just cast Fireball then.
Okay.
You said right here is where he dropped down?
Somewhere in that area, yeah. No, he didn't drop down. He's on top of the roofs. He's running across them.
Oh. I aim higher.
Alright. Where do you aim it?
Where I last heard him.
Alright. What's your radius on it?
My radius is 20 feet. I think, let me check that. Yep, 20-foot radius.
Okay, so go ahead with your spell.
One moment. So just and if I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't.
I guess technically it counts as a hit, so you all watch as this thing shows up again. You also watch as seemingly nothing happens to it as this fire engulfs it. Is that your turn, Arvio?
That'll be my turn.
Alright.
But now people can take pot shots.
You will notice that falling off the roof right here appears a very dead little creature.
Oh no! Whatever will we do?
Philip, it is your turn.
I'm pretty sure I can see him from where I am.
Yeah, you can see him.
All right, so I'll just do this.
All right, so give me a range attack.
All right. It's plus 6. Okay. That's 17.
17 will hit it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Mm-hmm. That is 12 in total.
All right, again, the spell being a holy spell seems to do more to it
Yep. And whoever attacks him next has an advantage.
than you expected to, and this thing is actually starting to look pretty nasty.
That's it.
He ain't great.
All right, Grim, it is your turn. Yep. I made Lex use his whole action to get up there, so it would take yours too. Well, not his action, all his movement. Correct. All right. So like just 15 feet in there up above you? Uh-huh. And then that's easily within its range. All right, go for it. Indeed. $20 will hit. All right. Cutting into it even more and more. 26 will hit. All right. So you cut into this thing pretty good. Your echo is considered magical, right?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, it's cutting into him as you would expect it to, and you do your Unleash Incarnation. $18, that will hit. All right, so you just all of a sudden your echo just appears. Seems even more darker with this figure standing next to it as it's just sucking all the shadows into it and just starts laying into him. Anything else you wish to do? Okay. 2 more attacks. 19 hits. All right, and 1 more attack. 21 hits. All right, this thing is just sitting there going crazy on it.
Do it twice.
What's your release incarnate? Hell yeah, then you can. Okay.
Nice.
Yep, 24 definitely hits. All right, this thing is looking pretty nasty now as it disappears and starts laying into him. And we wonder why I paralyzed you first. Is that your turn? All right, Ava, this thing is barely standing. What do you wish to do?
I wish to shoot my arrow at it. Yay!
20 will hit.
For 20 damage.
All right, it sinks deep into it. You see blood pouring out everywhere. It's almost this black ichor. It is still standing, but very wobbly.
Bonus action. Fire another shot and horribly miss.
Yeah, it will indeed miss.
You shoot Arvio.
That's my turn.
It's your turn. All right, Lex, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to walk up to the ledge and long jump across, and I will send you. I don't know if the rulings on this is correct, but this
No,
is what
that's
I found.
that is fine. You will make the jump.
Alrighty, because I got. And then can I get here?
Yeah, you can get there.
Alrighty. Yeah, I'm gonna do 3 because I'm frenzy raging now. I'm gonna lay into him 3 times with a bonus action. So great weapon master, the whole shebang. Let's go.
Go
Reckless.
for it. This thing is very nearly standing. So go ahead and give me your attacks.
12 for
12
the
will
first one.
miss. 18
12
will hit.
again and 18.
22 points of damage. All right.
Yep.
Go ahead and tell me how you wish to kill this thing.
Oh, thank God.
Just loud thumps, just arcing swings behind my back and coming down. Just whapa! Just
Yo,
over
bad
and
dog.
over again.
Bad dog. Go down.
Yep. Just
Okay,
trying.
I
I'm
need
trying to cut
you-
him in half. That's what I'm doing.
I need you to give me okay, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Not at advantage, I'm thinking.
Nope.
4.
4. You start to cut into this thing when all of a sudden
Boom. He's a boomer.
Suddenly banished to the outer planes.
That would suck.
That would suck.
you will take 26 not have damage as this thing explodes, and you watch as its dagger that it has explode and its crossbow explodes, and just this fire, just like this ball of it, just explodes in every direction. And in fact, it will actually make your echo go away. And there's also like this loud concussion that goes with it, and it just sends everything scattering all around you as you take that damage. And you watch as what's left of it, the pieces, just start to turn to black ichor and start to seep into the ground. And the rest of you notice from these other creatures, they start to just seep into the ground as they turn into this black like ichor. And you hear coming from here and here and here and here and here, you hear a bunch of flapping as things seemingly start to take off and move away from you guys. Combat
I
is now. Go
fly
ahead.
off the roof?
No, it does. I was looking at that. It does not move you.
Oh, I wanted to fly off the roof, like go here, hit the ground, and go prone right here.
Yeah, no, it does. It
Damn it.
thunderous and fire just explode from this thing, dealing damage to you in the echo. But it does not send you flying, unfortunately.
With Lex, we'll just kind of walk here, kind of smoking like the Terminator, coming out of a fire.
And you guys are just kind of standing there as this whole place has gone silent at this point. You're listening. You don't hear any more commotion. You can hear flappings of things taking off. Anybody who wishes to try to take some pot shots at them, you can.
I'm good. I'm gonna get down.
I'm gonna
from the
save
roof.
my bolts.
What fireball?
I'm gonna go up to Grim, and then I will pull out the rod and say root, and then cast a level 3 healing, or a level 3 healing spell of cure wounds on him.
Yeah, Grim looks pretty nasty.
Yeah, I figured he does. Kind of smells too. So, level 3. Right, so it's a D8, so 3D8. $18
Right.
plus 1, 19 points of healing to you, Grim. Yeah, and then I'll dump in lay on hands, all 10 points into him as well.
Arvio, you hear Zelmarn behind you as he kind of pokes his head out. It's like, are we safe? Is it okay? He kind of looks around.
For now, yes.
Okay, I'll be back with. What was her name? Umaima?
Umaima, yes.
Umaima. Okay, I'm gonna join Mushin, make sure they're okay, and he kind of just fades back away from the door.
Tell her I'll be right there.
So that's total 28 Grim for you. That's all together. I gave you 10 points of lay on hands plus the cure wounds, so it's 28. Or 29, sorry. I got a +1 to that 18.
Oh, and for the record, after someone goes back in, I'm going to call out to Ava for when this interaction is.
All right. You hear next to you, Arvio, something thump on top of the wood. In Inferno, you hear a voice that says, "He's not gonna be happy with you. You should have went back."
Oh no, whatever will I do? Well, actually, you know what? I have had a terrible position when it comes to authority, so really, it's your fault for making the deal in the first place.
I did not make any deal.
Yeah. What was that thing, and why did it attack us?
Oh, hang on. One of its little minions is talking to me over here, and I kind of like...
You hear flapping fly away.
Bye-bye! Come back soon! Anyway, you were saying?
Why did that thing attack us?
Oh, remember when I told you about the whole hell adventure?
Okay.
Well, it didn't particularly like the idea that we're not going to follow through with the deal. Which, for me, it gave each of us, somebody to kill, and for me it was to kill a child, which I'm not going to do. So, it doesn't particularly like that we're not following through, sends people to kill us because God knows he can't do it himself. And, well, that obviously didn't end very well.
Yeah, obviously not.
Obviously not. By the way, speaking of, though this attack does warrant a little bit more caution, the wizards that we ended up fighting, I was a little bit out of it. Did you happen to pick up their books?
Yes.
May I please have them? I think if they have anything useful in them, I'd like to look them over.
Well, I don't think our DM actually handed us out that stuff, but
I did hand that stuff out. Do you hand him the books?
I do hand the books.
All right. Same exact book you already have, Arvio, because that's how they have it in the handbook.
Oh, really? It's the same exact book?
Same exact spells, yep.
Now, here's my real question. Do they have a lot of extra pages?
Nope.
Darn! I can't make a backup spell book.
Well, I just go past them, just almost with my eyes closed, and then just fall into the corner.
As you guys go in there, Zomar and Mushin still standing guard over, still cowering, but not so much, civilians, and they're just kind of like, is it okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
It's
at this
never
point,
gonna be
Lex
okay.
is exhausted at this point, yeah. As Lex is walking by, he would tell Arvio and Ava might want to check that big guy for anything.
You watch the big guy turn into Iker and fade into the ground.
Oh, I know I have. I'll tell him that, yeah, I'll basically tell him that they basically, went the sledge, but if anything that's an object on him, probably worth to look at, that's what I was kind of going for.
I will...
Which I doubt, but it's worth a try.
I will give it a quick look over, then be right in. I do imagine Maima's quite frightened right now. So I'm going to go over here and detect magic, start scanning.
Yeah, you can also give me an Arcana check as well. As you walk over there, you can see where stuff was killed. There's kind of like just black film kind of like oil that somebody tried to clean up, but it's still kind of there, marks on the ground. And as you're looking, it kind of dawns to you. You're kind of like, why am I looking? These things are devils. If they don't die on their realm, then they just turn into sludge and disappear.
Hmm.
So you have that thought. You are aware that they disappear. And this thing, when it exploded, even though you didn't see it, everything it was wearing seemed to explode as well. So you do kind of find like metal kind of scattered around that has remnants of sludge on it, but it's nothing that you can do. It's like tiny little pieces of shrapnel.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, you also kick one off the roof, kind of falls down like a tin can.
All right. I'm gonna go back to Ava. Hey, Ava, do you happen to have any experience with making alarm traps?
No, unfortunately, I do not.
Maybe you should look into that. Considering, you're. I meet so many rogues that put together traps. I'm not used to one that doesn't do that. Ugh, never mind then. I'll ask Zilmoy. Just because apparently, and it kind of gets closer. Don't tell Omima or Dymek this, but devils can't die in this realm. They just get put back into hell, and they don't particularly like that. So chances are this isn't the last time we're going to see those things. Hence, good to set up alarms.
I thought magic did that.
Some magic does. I don't have it.
Spelled that wrong.
That what you're thinking is an evocation spell. I'm a diviner. Not the correct spell, but all right.
I'm just looking at people's stuff.
Okay.
All right, you head back in. You see
gonna
your
call-
kin still in the corner. Mushin has stepped away to Lex. Zilmorn's kind of gone over to the fire.
I'm just gonna go over them and try to calm them down. Like, it's okay. Everything's taken care of.
She just kind of passively nods and slinks back. And so this is what we're in for, huh?
Apparently.
And you wish to also go and take off your sild then.
I told you that we're going north.
Where do we go after that?
Well, Thornton seemed like a nice place, far, far away from here. And as far as the hell thing, I'm in time going to have to clean that up. But after that, smooth sailing.
And your friends here, they wish to go after your sild?
Ava does, yes.
I do.
Hence.
She just nods and goes silent. I should probably get to sleep. Dymek, here. And she starts setting up a place for him to sleep, and they kind of just curl up there in the corner.
Damn it. Okay. I will put my cot near them and just take watch.
All right.
Yeah.
Dang it. I just realized I had a spell that can totally figure out where that guy's at.
Which one is it?
Divine Sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So what's the rest of you doing as you gather into this room?
I will take first watch.
Say, hey, welcome to the watch.
Lex isn't going to be taking a watch because he has a point of exhaustion.
Okay.
I'm gonna be taking third, and I'm just in my corner, just by myself.
Is Arvia taking a watch as well?
They're taking first.
Uh,
Arvio.
I'll take a watch with Arvia.
Okay.
So 3 people on a watch. Nice.
And Graham's taking the last watch. Yes.
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. So, Ava, Arvio, and Philip. Go ahead and give me perception checks. Zilborn will offer to take second, and Mushin will take third. There we go. They didn't really fight, so they'll offer to do watches.
I'm not. I'm in thought.
That's choice of wording, but all right.
Okay. So Philip and Arvio, you guys hanging out inside? Or, Ava, are you gonna go outside?
Yes.
Okay. Philip, what were you gonna say?
I would usher Arvia to follow me.
All right, Arvio, you get bothered as everybody goes to sleep except you, Ava, and Philip. And Philip comes over and starts like bothering you. Ava has gone outside.
Get over here, you shitboy.
I'm just kind of looking at Ava nervously.
Ava, you have a high perception roll there. You watch as they come out and they walk down that way. Philip seems to be looking at you. You also notice that over where this imp was that was pretending to be something, there's stuff lying on the ground.
I will go check the stuff that's lying on the ground.
All right, so you go over there and you see a set of bagpipes lying where he was killed.
I will pick them up.
All right.
Please tell me these are actually Billy's bagpipes that he left in hell.
Well, Ava would not know. So, Philip and Arvio. Well, Philip, you watch as Ava kind of glances at you guys, gives you a suspicious look, looks over towards the fountain and walks over that way.
So I can just imagine me and Arvia having a stroll down the road.
Look, and if we're not going on a stroll after a little bit, I'm just going to stop being like, I'm not going that far. You need to start talking. I can't. You know why.
I know why. But I'm pretty sure those inside are fairly capable to protect them.
Yeah, I don't think.
I know.
Jemima doesn't need protection, but okay.
I put my hand on your shoulder. I know you're still nervous, but I can imagine the worst part being behind us. You did find them. We all helped you.
Yes.
Now the question is, what do you three desire to do next?
Here's the thing, right? Like, it's really complicated right now because I want to do good here. I want to be a role model for my son. I want to make this land better, and I know I can. But I made a promise, and
Arvio.
Yeah.
You're a smart guy, perhaps the smartest of us all here. Complicated things are for those who don't understand things, who are of lesser intelligence. So do not give me that crap that things are complicated for you. You're just nervous. You just need to sit down and use your analytical mind to figure it out. What is truly important to you? What is important for you and your heart? Ask yourself this question and answer me honestly.
Okay. What is important for me right now, as a father, is that my son get the best possible life that he could have. And to me, this is him having a present mother and father and someplace stable he can grow up.
And safe, which is not this place.
This is correct.
So where do you want to go?
I would like to go back north to Thornton.
Do you think that's a safe place?
I think it's safer than here.
Well,
I think
certainly.
I think that even though the people up there are a little bit racist towards my kind. They're not going to lynch us. I think that once Dimec maybe figures out what winter is, he might enjoy snowmen.
Hmm. Well, you need to really consider where you want to raise your child, but you need to also remember that no matter where you go, those devils, demons, and other creatures of the hellish nature, they will find you eventually.
I'm aware, which is why I know I can't leave. And I don't want to leave. I like you. All of you people are far nicer to me than anybody else in the world, and I really... Is it weird to say I'd really like my son to get to know all of you? I think most of you would be actually a pretty good influence.
There will be plenty of time for that.
Plenty of time.
Yes.
But we definitely need to figure out the hell issue. And the way I've been looking at it, right, is if we continue to challenge ourselves and we continue to get stronger, the hell issue is going to cease becoming an issue.
Argue, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yes.
I went all this way because I made a promise to you many weeks ago that I will help find your family and keep them safe until you're all back together.
Yes.
And now what I really want to do is go back to hell and finish what, well, not even been started, what should have been finished back then.
Okay, I agree. I'm with you.
But I also do want to help Zilmore. Therefore, I want to ask you a question. Do you know how to create a portal to hell? Do you know a way to make it happen? Or do we have to search it or eventually go back all the way where we came from?
I will say not yet. If I were a conjurer, I'd probably be able to give you a much straighter answer. But if we can definitely look it up, and I can definitely make it with the right research. I can make that happen. We just need the tools.
Yeah, the question is where we're gonna get them from. Because I feel like the moment we help Zilmore get to his destination, I feel like I just need to go back there right away.
Is it the axe?
It is the memory, the axe, the pride,
Well, that's a sin.
and
I'm the devil.
and many things beyond that.
Okay,
Just
I'm with you on that.
the idea of how they toyed with us and how they continue to toy with us, and the fact that they might be doing that to other beings like us right in this instance is sickening me.
Indeed. I don't... The thing is, I have plenty... Even if I wasn't going to promise you this, even if I was a significantly less honest person, which... Actually, let's not set that bar. They threatened my family. I don't know how they know about the lineage, but I imagine they have ways to suss that out. I'm going to help you. There's leave no doubt in your mind that I'm not going to help you.
I'm glad to hear that, but you do not need to promise me anything. You do what's right for you, and if at the end of the road, when we reach Zilmore's destination, if you're not feeling ready, that is fine. I just want you to know that I do hope and wish you and your family safety, even when I'm not around.
I know. I think... I don't think we're ready yet. We're getting there. slowly but surely. But we need a little bit more oomph. Because that guy that we just fought shouldn't be as tough as he is. He's immune to fire, he's got resistance to ice, and probably mundane damage. Don't know about psychic. We need to find different ways to harm them.
Well, you did mention, well, you all mentioned that, you did mention that those things can truly die only in hell.
Oh, you were listening to that. Okay.
I mean, I was outside.
I was
with-
talking to Ava, but we're just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
I-
that you were listening in on that.
I mean, to be fair, I was picking on my flaming sword next to you guys, so I'm pretty good, yeah.
Fine.
And I know that I'm not from a military, but I'm pretty sure some people could agree that the best form of defense is an attack.
The best offense is it's funny because people say it both ways, and I'm not sure. I'm never sure the original saying. The best offense is a good defense, or the best defense is a good offense. It depends. But fact of the matter is, he knows we're coming.
The question is, does he expect us to come this soon?
I think if we actually go do that, like right now, we're going to die. We need more firepower. Just a little.
Just out of curiosity, did they go around the corner, or are they? Can I see them?
I'm pretty
The road they're down. Arvio said he wasn't going to go too far.
Yeah.
So you can see them, but they're quite a little way away from you. So you want to be overhearing this.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter if I can hear them.
All right.
You
You
wanna read our lips.
certainly see them.
Yeah. I can read their lips. Thank you.
I know you're going to take that feat. Come on, you're an inquisitor.
I've had that feat since level 4.
The only
That's
problem is do you have dark vision?
Oh yeah, how dark is it?
It is night.
Yeah, it is dark out, so you can
All
see
right,
them
so-
standing over there.
right,
It is
never
very
mind.
hard to see any features of them.
All right,
Tackles
never mind.
and dark vision. This is
So, yeah.
hard for me to be the only one with dark vision. Go ahead.
Yeah, after that, you just said, well, we need a little bit more firepower, and after you say that, I just keep start walking back, grab your shoulder, and be like, I said what I was supposed to say, and what you do with that is up to you. I do maintain what I said before. I do wish you and your family safety and long life. And I go back inside.
I honestly, there's nothing more to say, but Avi was like, you understand that in order to have a long life, I need to take care of the hell-ish.
You guys turn and walk back as you see Ava standing there intently staring at you. And every once in a while kind of looking up around the buildings. Ava, while they're over there talking, you do notice a couple places where brick seems to, or stuff from the roof seems to fall to the ground. And you kind of look over and you stand there and watch, and you don't see any movement or anything. You guys eventually come to the end of your watch. Zilmorn will take his.
And
Go
I
ahead.
will let Zilmorn know that I believe that we're still being watched by imps.
All right. He takes note of that. It's his watch, then Mushin's watch, and then Grim, you are awakened by Mushin. He leans over and says, "It's your turn, friend, to take watch out there."
All right, thank you.
Straightens up. He walks over and kind of throws some stuff on the fire to keep this room well lit, and then and warm, and walks over and lays down in his bedroll that's next to a standing Lex, who's kind of just powered off in the corner.
I'm more sitting down at this point.
Okay, sitting down in the corner. All right, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Would this be disadvantage with darkness and stuff? No? Okay.
Actually, yeah, darkness, so you would get disadvantage on it. Guess Ava should have as well, but that is already passed.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's no problem. You're standing out there trying to take in the best you can from the moonlights. You can still kind of see stuff. It's more kind of dark, dim vision than it is pitch blackness, but you still really can't see stuff all that well. You see more with the firelight spilling outside through the windows, the broken windows. Eventually, the sun starts to rise. You can see a little bit better. And as you are standing there just contemplating things, you hear a gnomish voice from inside saying, "All right, everyone, up, rise and shine. Time to head to the mountains, right?" And we will go ahead and end our session there as you're all rudely awakened by Zilmorn, shouting about mountains.
I throw a rock at him. Shut up!
All
Well,
right.
that was interesting.
Go ahead and give you guys XP.
That's a word for that.
Be sure to do the XP, right, Zoltik?
Yeah, I remember. You guys are going to slow down in your leveling, by the way.
I mean, yeah. I was actually thinking, like, wow, we're
You've been doing it
already,
wrong.
like, level 8?
He has.
Yep. I've been giving you guys a modified XP. You're not supposed to get modified XP. I was actually just giving you guys the XP that Kobold Fight Club told me to give you, but it is wrong.